Ladies, what if I told you there's a woman broker who has quietly closed over $300 million in deals, and she's not just admired, she's deeply respected by competitors, clients, and colleagues alike? I'm talking about the kind of respect that opens doors before you even knock, the kind that makes people lean in when you speak. This isn't about flashy sales tactics or aggressive networking. It's about something much deeper, much more powerful, and frankly, much more achievable than you might think. Ladies, this is the story of how she built an empire, not on noise, but on substance. You see, her incredible success isn't magic. It isn't luck. It's a set of strategies and habits anyone can learn, including you. Ladies, these are the tools that transform how you operate, how people perceive you, and ultimately the results you get in your own life and career. These principles are universal. They aren't just for real estate brokers. They are for entrepreneurs, artists, parents, team leaders, or anyone who wants to build something that lasts, something that matters. It's about building a legacy of trust and excellence, one small intentional action at a time. So ladies, I want you to lean in close for this one. Get your notebook ready because we are going to break down the 8 core pillars of her success. I'm going to unpack exactly what sets her apart, and more importantly, how you can start applying these same strategies in your industry starting today. By the end of this video, you won't just be inspired. You'll have a concrete roadmap to building your own brand of quiet, unshakable success. Let's get into it. Core pillar 1, it's never about just the numbers. The headline might say $300 million, but let me be very clear. That number is a byproduct, not the goal. The real currency she trades in, the asset that underpins every single one of those deals, is her integrity. In a world that often rewards the quick win and the flashy shortcut, she plays the long game. She knows that trust is the foundation upon which every meaningful relationship and every significant achievement is built. It's the invisible architecture that holds up her entire career, making it unshakable even when the market is volatile and competitors are scrambling. Ladies, this isn't a tactic, it's her core operating principle. Warren Buffett famously said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." This broker lives by that mantra. Every email she sends, every promise she makes, every piece of advice she gives is a brick in the fortress of her reputation. She's turned down lucrative deals that felt misaligned with her values. She's delivered hard truths to clients when it would have been easier to tell them what they wanted to hear. These decisions, these small acts of courage and honesty are the drops that have built an ocean of trust. People don't just do business with her, they believe in her. Think about that in your own life. Where are the opportunities to choose integrity over a quick gain? It could be admitting a mistake to your boss instead of covering it up. It could be giving a friend honest feedback even when it's uncomfortable. It could be refusing a project that conflicts with your personal ethics. These moments feel small, but they are the bedrock of a reputation that money can't buy. Her success teaches us that your character isn't just a personal trait, it's your most powerful professional asset. Core pillar 2, silent confidence, not loud ego. Now, when you picture a top-tier broker, you might imagine someone who dominates every conversation, someone with a booming voice and an answer for everything. but she is the complete opposite. Her power doesn't come from being the loudest person in the room. It comes from being the best listener. She walks into high-stakes negotiations and client meetings with a sense of calm, grounded presence. She doesn't need to broadcast her accomplishments or interrupt others to prove her worth. Her confidence is silent, and that silence is magnetic. It creates a space for others to feel heard, understood, and valued. This habit of listening more than she speaks is a strategic tool. While others are busy talking, she is gathering information, understanding motivations, and identifying the unspoken needs of her clients and counterparts. She asks powerful, open-ended questions and then truly listens to the answers, not just waiting for her turn to talk. This allows her to craft solutions that are perfectly tailored, not just generic pitches. People are drawn to her because they feel seen. Her quiet confidence communicates, I don't need to impress you. I'm here to understand you and help you. Ladies, that is profoundly reassuring and builds instant rapport. This is something you can start practicing immediately. In your next meeting, your next conversation with a friend, or your next sales call. Ladies, challenge yourself to listen with the intent to understand, not just to reply. She asks powerful, open-ended questions. Ask a follow-up question instead of sharing your own story. You will be amazed at what you learn and how people respond. Ladies, this isn't about being passive. It's about being purposeful. Her silent confidence is a masterclass in showing that true power doesn't need to shout. Core Pillar 3, Relentless Learning. With over $300 million in closed deals, you'd think she could afford to coast on her expertise. She could easily rely on what has worked in the past, but that's the opposite of her mindset. She operates with the hunger of a brand new intern, constantly seeking knowledge, new perspectives, and better ways of doing things. She's the first to sign up for industry seminars. She reads voraciously outside her field, from psychology to tech trends, and she actively seeks feedback from her team and even her clients. She understands a fundamental truth that so many successful people forget. Success is a terrible teacher. It can make you complacent. Her personal motto is, every market evolves and so must you. She sees learning not as a chore or something you do to get a certificate, but as an essential part of her professional survival and growth. When a new technology emerges, she's not dismissing it. She's asking, how can this serve my clients better? When economic indicators shift, she's not panicking. She's diving into research to understand the underlying currents. This commitment to being a lifelong student is what keeps her ahead of the curve. It's why she can offer insights that her competitors who are still using last year's playbook simply can't. So what are you doing to stay curious? Are you relying on the skills that got you here, or are you building the skills that will get you where you want to go next? You don't need to enroll in a formal degree program. It can be as simple as listening to a podcast on a new topic during your commute, reading one article a day related to your industry's future, or taking a colleague out for coffee to learn about their role. Ladies, her story is a powerful reminder that your growth doesn't stop when you achieve a goal. That's when it needs to accelerate. Core Pillar 4, Investing in relationships, not transactions. In many high-pressure industries, clients can feel like numbers on a spreadsheet, and every interaction is a means to an end, the transaction. This is where she fundamentally diverges from the pack. For her, The deal is just one point in a long-term relationship. She invests time and genuine energy into knowing her clients as people. She remembers the names of their children, asks about the vacation they were planning, and sends a congratulatory note when their son graduates from college. These aren't calculated moves from a CRM checklist. They are authentic expressions of care. Ladies, this approach transforms the dynamic from a simple service provider and customer to a trusted advisor and partner. She supports her clients' goals far beyond the immediate business at hand. If she meets someone who could be a valuable connection for a client's separate business venture, she makes the introduction without a second thought. She's building a community, an ecosystem of mutual support, not just a list of contacts. This is why her business is built almost entirely on referrals. Her clients become her most passionate advocates because they know she has their best interests at heart, not just her commission. How can you apply this? Start small. Before your next client call, take 30 seconds to recall one personal detail about them and ask about it. Follow up on something they mentioned in a previous conversation. Think about how you can provide value beyond what you're paid to do. Could you share a helpful article or connect them with someone in your network? Ladies, this shift from a transactional mindset to a relational one is what builds loyalty that lasts for decades. My dear elegant ladies, trust me, it's the difference between closing one deal and building a client for life. Core Pillar 5, Mastering Grace Under Pressure. Let's be real. In a world of high-stakes deals, things go wrong. Financing falls through at the last minute. Negotiations become heated. Unexpected problems emerge that threaten to derail everything. This is the moment where most people panic, point fingers, or crumble. And this is the moment where she shines. Her ability to remain calm, composed, and solution-focused in the middle of a storm is nothing short of a superpower. She understands that her emotional state is contagious. If she projects panic, everyone else will panic. If she projects calm, confident leadership, she empowers everyone to think clearly and find a way forward. She lives by the principle that poise is power. When a crisis hits, she doesn't react, she responds. She takes a deep breath. She gathers the facts without emotional bias. She assembles the key players and facilitates a conversation focused on how do we solve this, not whose fault is this. This grace under pressure doesn't just solve the immediate problem. It deepens the trust her clients and colleagues have in her. They know that when the stakes are at the highest, she is the one they want in their corner. She is the steady hand on the wheel in a turbulent sea. Ladies, this is a skill that requires immense practice. It starts with self-awareness. The next time you feel stress or panic rising, notice it. Pause before you speak or type. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, what is the most constructive action I can take right now? This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about managing them so they don't manage you. By cultivating your own poise, you not only improve your own decision making, but you become a source of strength for everyone around you. That is true leadership. Core Pillar 6, clear boundaries and saying no. Early in her career, like so many of us, she believed that success meant saying yes to everything. Every potential client, every request, every opportunity that came her way. She was hustling, grinding, and honestly, burning herself out. More importantly, she realized that by saying yes to everything, she was diluting her brand and her energy. She was working with clients who didn't respect her time and taking on projects that didn't align with her core values. The turning point came when she learned the immense power of a strategic and respectful no. She began to set clear boundaries. She defined her ideal client, the kind of work that energized her, and the values she would not compromise on. Saying no to a lucrative but misaligned opportunity wasn't a loss. It was an investment in her focus and her integrity. And a funny thing happened. The more she said no to the wrong things, the more the right things started showing up. High-quality clients who respected her boundaries and sought her specific expertise were drawn to her. Her no didn't push people away. It earned her a deeper level of respect. It communicated that her time and expertise were valuable. Think about where you need to draw a line in your own life or career. Are you consistently overcommitting? Are you working with people or on projects that drain your soul? Learning to say no is not about being difficult. It's about being strategic. You can do it gracefully. Say something like, "Thank you so much for thinking of me for this project. At the moment, I'm focusing my energy on my priority area, so I won't be able to give this the attention it deserves." A clear no is kinder than a resentful yes. Ladies, it's one of the most powerful acts of self-respect, and it signals that respect to the rest of the world. Core Pillar 7, Vision Bigger Than Herself. If you think her motivation is simply to accumulate wealth or accolades, you've missed the most important part of her story. Her drive comes from a vision that is much, much bigger than her own balance sheet. She is deeply committed to mentoring the next generation of brokers, especially young women entering a field that can often be intimidating. She doesn't hoard her knowledge, she shares it freely. She spends hours each month coaching newcomers, helping them navigate contracts, and teaching them the art of negotiation. She sees their success not as competition, but as a fulfillment of her own purpose. Beyond her industry, she is an active and engaged member of her community. She serves on local boards, champions charitable causes, and uses her network to connect people who are doing good work. She understands that a thriving career is meaningless in a vacuum. Ladies, it's about using your success, your platform, and your influence to lift others up and make a tangible impact on the world around you. This sense of purpose is the fuel that gets her through the tough days. When a deal falls apart, she's not just thinking about the lost commission, she's grounded in her larger mission. This is a crucial question for all of us. What is your why? What is the purpose beyond your paycheck that drives you? It doesn't have to be some grand, world-changing mission. It could be providing a beautiful life for your family. It could be creating art that makes people feel something. It could be being the most reliable and supportive leader your team has ever had. When your vision is bigger than yourself, it provides you with a resilience and a motivation that ego and ambition alone can never sustain. It's what turns a successful career into a meaningful legacy. Core Pillar 8, Authenticity over Image. We live in a world obsessed with curated perfection. Social media feeds are filled with highlight reels, and professionals often feel pressured to project an image of flawless, invulnerable success. This broker's final and perhaps most powerful secret is her radical commitment to authenticity. She doesn't pretend to have all the answers. She's open about her journey, including the mistakes she made early in her career and the lessons she learned the hard way. She owns her story, the whole story, not just the polished version. This vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a superpower that builds deep human connection. When she shares a past failure in a mentoring session, she gives others permission to be imperfect. When she admits she needs to consult an expert on a specific issue, she models humility and a commitment to getting it right for the client rather than protecting her own ego. In a sea of carefully constructed professional personas, her realness stands out. People don't just trust her expertise, they trust her as a person because they know what they see is what they get. So I want you to reflect on this. Are you trying to maintain an image, or are you showing up as your authentic self? Authenticity doesn't mean oversharing or being unprofessional. It means aligning your actions with your values. It means speaking in your own voice, not the voice you think people want to hear. Ladies, it means having the courage to be human in your professional life. Her success proves that you don't have to choose between being successful and being yourself. In fact, being yourself might just be the key to the most meaningful success of all. My dear elegant ladies, we've just unpacked the 8 pillars that built a $300 million career founded on respect, not just results. From integrity as your core asset to the power of silent confidence and the courage of authenticity. These aren't just bullet points in a video. They are a blueprint for a different kind of success, one that is sustainable, meaningful, and available to you right now. It begins with the small choices you make every single day. The choice to listen a little longer, to be a little more honest, to invest in a relationship beyond the transaction. So I have to ask you, which of these strategies resonated with you the most? Was it the idea of poise is power, or the revolutionary act of saying no to create space for the right yes? Could you see yourself applying even one of these principles this week? Drop a comment below and let me know which one you're going to try. I want to hear from you because sharing your intention is the first step toward making it real. Your journey of building a legacy of trust starts now. If you found value in this video and in our breakdown of what it truly takes to build an exceptional career in life, please give it a like, subscribe for more content just like this, and share it with someone in your life who is also chasing excellence. Remember, success isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about becoming the most trusted voice in it. Until next time, ladies, stay elegant, stay confident, and keep discovering your edge. See you in the next video.